Hey guys, I finally get to do a video on the new Jil Sander Olfactory Series 1 fragrances. If you recall, earlier this year I was in Munich and I visited the Jil Sander boutique and I bought a bottle of Leaf and I have featured it in a few videos here and there. Really love this fragrance, that's why I bought this one. But just a couple of weeks ago I was in France, in Paris, and I visited Printemps, the department store on the first floor, the beauty building, and Jil Sander fragrances in the Olfactory series were there, and I ended up buying Coffea, the second fragrance. 3 of the fragrances I really enjoyed. The next one will be Miel, which is the honey focused fragrance, but I have Leaf and I have Coffea. But you know what? I smelled all the fragrances over again and really enjoyed the entire collection. That's why I'm doing a video on this collection. Let me know if you've discovered this series of fragrances. I have a feeling that Jil Sander Olfactory Series 1 fragrances is this. They're probably going to launch another series as well. But I have samples of all of the fragrances, and I'm going to let you know about all of the fragrances in this video. And we're going to start off with black tea. You know, I also enjoyed the black tea. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I enjoyed it. But we also have Miel, as I said. We've got Earth, Smoke, Leaf, Coffea. Coffea? The guy that sold me the fragrance called it Coffea, as you can see, Coffea, Coffea. Anyway, that's what I'm going to go with, but I'm going to do this in alphabetical order. So first will be black tea, then Coffea, then we've got Earth, Leaf, Miel, and Smoke. Let me know if you've discovered this collection. Let me know what your thoughts are on these fragrances. Let's start with black tea. Black tea is created by Nathalie Lorson. It's Sri Lankan cinnamon, Chine Osmanthus, black tea CO2. Is this all they have in the notes breakdown? I don't think this is all they have, but this is all they are reporting. First off, I can smell it. It smells like tea for sure. Sweet, smoky, fruity. I like it. Do I love it? I would wear it for sure. Tea fragrances for me, because they're kind of on the soft side, they give you that kind of coziness. They're soft and kind of cushy, cozy. It's not like they're not ever like wow fragrances. You kind of have to slowly get into them. And not necessarily slowly, but it's like you don't really jump out and say, oh my God, that's the most amazing kind of fragrance. At least that's never happened to me, but I would totally wear this fragrance. And even though it's called black tea, I do get something soft in there. I get, as I said, fruitiness, spiciness for sure. I almost feel like there's a little bit of milky effect happening, but for sure it's quite spicy. But I'm not getting too much of a chai experience, which I kind of wanted. And they have the cinnamon listed in here, which I thought would be a lot warmer. But for now, it's not acting like super warm. It's just a really nice, pleasant, smooth, and cushy, as I said, take on a tea fragrance. Let me know if you've sampled black tea from the house of Jil Sander. This collection is pretty cool, and I really love the bottles, by the way. Let's sample Coffea next, which I have the bottle of. What do you guys think of these bottles, by the way? Does that look like a nipple to you? Let me know if you've discovered this collection. That's what happens with the bottles. Yeah, I think the bottles are really cool. At least to me they are. I really love them. And I'm enjoying this collection. And Coffea is a fragrance created by Paul Guerlain over at IFF. It's Orris Root, Coffee CO2, El Salvadorian Peru Balsam. To me, it's a great alternative to the now discontinued Iri Torrefi. Is it discontinued? There's been a rumor of that one being discontinued. The Orris root in this is not so soft. It's a bit more vegetal. It's a bit more green. You would definitely pick that up. And the coffee in here, to me, is like a combo of ground black coffee and also drip black coffee. And under there is something balsamic ambery happening as well. Coffea is so good, much better than black tea to me. At least to me, that's kind of how I experience the fragrance. I really love the way it smells. I like that contrast of the kind of powdery, sweet, vegetal, almost savory orris root in here. There's a greenness about it, which really nicely blends beautifully with that black coffee, the ground black coffee and then the brewed black coffee. That combo is so yummy. And of course, it's getting very balsamic and kind of ambery in the dry down. But it's quite spicy for sure. It's gourmandesque, but I'm not saying this is 100% like our Iri Torrefi. In fact, this might be a little bit better. I don't know if I should say that. I think I could. Iri Torrefi reminded me a little bit of Diorome Intense or something in that kind of a ballpark. This doesn't whatsoever. But it's kind of a similar idea, I think, the Iris Orris and the coffee together. The other thing with this one, you're actually experiencing the texture of the orris root in a buttery vegetal way here. A little carrot-like as well. Oh man, it's good. This is really good. So Coffea from Jil Sander. Let me know if you've discovered that. Next, we've got Earth. I don't know if any stores are selling this collection nearby. I know that I think I saw these on the USA Jil Sander website. So if you guys are interested in it, the associate showed me a lot of different types of discovery sets. There's a mini bottle discovery set. There's also a discovery set with samples like these as well. So if you guys are in the market for testing these out, they are available in discovery sets so you can try them. So this is Earth, created by Julie Massé. It's French rose, Centifolia, Damask rose, and Patchouli CO2. But it smells like a sheeperd to me, but so earthy. Like even though they don't say there's like petrichor here or earth tincture or something like that, soil tincture, I should say, more than earth tincture. You get that here a lot, but it's like a beautiful combination of rose and patchouli together. But I feel like from the patchouli, they brought out the earth because it's such an earthy note, and you're picking up a lot of that kind of soily, kind of soil tincture-y, almost petrichor-like, maybe even geosmin-like earthiness there. So this would be my fourth favorite fragrance, Earth. I like the fact that it has that kind of sheeper vibe, which is what you get with the patchouli and the rose together. And the rose to me is not super jammy, but also not super dry. There's a wetness about it, a slight dewiness. There's two kinds of roses here. It's French rose, Centifolia, and Damask rose. But that's a great one. If you like the idea of something smelling earthy, I could also say something mushroomy because I'm getting that kind of mushroomy earthiness, but with a lot of rose and, of course, patchouli. So that is Earth from Jil Sander. Let me know if you're familiar with that one. All right, the next fragrance is also created by Julie Massé. This is Leaf, the first fragrance I bought from the house of Jil Sander. I'm not sure why it's not focusing now. Come on, camera. So Leaf is smelling like tomato leaf. They didn't call it tomato leaf, obviously. And they also do not use the note of tomato leaf. I think it's a combination of different notes to give you that tomato leafy effect. But it's got key lime, cardamom CO2, and corn mint for notes. And if you like a really juicy, sparkling, green tomato leaf experience, try this one. I bought this one, and I bought it in March because I was in Munich in March. And I was so hot to try these fragrances. And all my travels, that month and a half of travels I did from February to end of March, I didn't run across Jil Sander fragrances anywhere. These fragrances, the Olfactory Series 1 fragrances. And I knew I was going to be in Munich for one night. And I knew that there was a store there. I had to run over there and sample them. And the associates at that store were also very friendly. Really nice group of ladies there. But this leaf, man, it's so good. This to me gives me a little bit of the pea vines kind of vibe as well. But of course, pea vines, tomato vines, or tomato leaves, kind of similar greenness, leafiness, vininess, but very fresh. I love this. So good. And I'm realizing green fragrances are more of an acquired taste. Some people do not like green fragrances. But I absolutely love them. And I've mentioned I grew up with a gardener, so Dad always planted things in the garden, and we'd pick fresh vegetables and most importantly tomatoes, because he grew lots of tomatoes. And that smell of the vines, when you're picking the tomatoes, the smell gets on your hands. So It's kind of why I like the green fragrances. This is awesome. So this is Leaf from the house of Jil Sander. Let me know if you've sampled that one yet. So next we've got Miel. Miel is honey. I don't know what's going on with my camera. It focuses and it doesn't focus. This is actually an iPhone 16 Pro Max, so it's crazy. Sometimes it's like, this is Leaf. Sometimes it's kind of got a mind of its own. But let's try Miel. This is a Mathilde Bijaoui fragrance. It's Jasminum grandiflorum, CO2, cedarwood, Madagascan vetiver. I've heard from some folks say that this is a bit animalic. I can see why. I'm smelling it right now. There is a bit, for me, honey can be a bit urinous. Is that a word to use? It's got a bit of a urine-y kind of smell. I actually love eating honey, especially on like some kind of a scone with butter on it. And my favorite kind of honey is orange blossom honey. And I also really love lavender honey. So this to me smells like authentic honey. If you like the fragrance tobacco honey, that honeyed smell, I think this is a bit more animalic than the tobacco honey. I think you'll really, yeah, I can see the animalic parts, but this smells delicious. This is definitely my third favorite in the collection, for sure. I really love the way it smells. It's floral, and I think jasmine has that kind of indolic funk. Maybe that's kind of how we're getting a bit of that funk that's in here. But, oh man, it's good. Really, really good. Really, really syrupy, drippy, gooey, and a bit funky. Miel, let me know if you're a fan of Miel. Let me know, add a comment below. I know when I first did my anticipation video for these fragrances, some folks did mention that they thought it was a bit animalic. So anyway, that's Miel. And the last fragrance is called Smoke. And Smoke is created by Bérénice Watteau. I have no idea who this perfumer is. And the other perfumers I know. So sometimes I don't know all the perfumers, which is a bummer. But I'm sure if this is a new perfumer, we'll see her name come up more later. But Smoke has notes of elemi resin, cedarwood, and Spanish cade. Cade is always a note that smells smoky. So if you like cade, check out one of my videos on cade. It's on the channel, just search for it. This needs to be sprayed more. I don't know why. I think this is my least favorite of the bunch. So I don't know if it was intentionally to make this fragrance a bit subdued. Maybe smoke is an acquired taste. I mean, when you buy niche fragrances that are supposed to be smoky, they're really like right in your face. This seems really, really subdued. It's not doing it for me. Although some people like their fragrances to be subdued, not like shouting loudly. They might appreciate this. It's quite resinous. It's a bit citrusy. I think that elemi resin's providing a light lemony touch, but very, very smoky and woody. Doesn't smell like incense smoke. It's more like burning smoke, not soap, burning soap, burning smoke. But again, it's not loud. This is so subdued. This might need skin to be activated to activate its intensity, but it's not screaming off the strip. And I sprayed a bunch of sprays on here. So unfortunately, this is my least favorite. At least to me, it's not my favorite. But my two favorites for sure are Leaf and Coffea. You guys discovered this one yet? Leaf and Coffea from the house of Jil Sander. Let me know. Add a comment below. Which fragrance sounds the best to you from this collection? If you haven't sampled them, do let me know that as well. And what do you think of the bottles? Do you like these bottles? Do they remind you of nipples? Anyway, add a comment below, and thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please list below. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel and also click the bell icon so you'll be notified every time I upload a video. And of course, please give a thumbs up for this video to help with the algorithm. See you guys later. Bye-bye.